Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new Netflix movie that came out last week. Yeah, this Netflix movie came out last Friday on October 14th of 2022 of this year. And of course, it's going to be on a comedy horror film from this year called The Curse of Bridge Hollow. The Curse of Bridge Hollow is directed by Jeff Wadlow and stars Marlon Wayans, John Michael Higgins, and yeah, the Curse of Bridge Hollow basically stars Marlon Wayans, of course. So the story of the Curse of Bridge Hollow goes like this. When Halloween decorations come to life, a Brooklyn transplant and her dad must save their small New England town. And pretty much the whole movie's basically about our main characters include Sydney and Howard. Like Howard's the one is the father, played by Marlon Wayans. And of course it's the Halloween season and everyone's going trick-or-treating and having fun on Halloween. But then of course Sydney actually finds this little lantern that it actually glowed when it actually glows like whenever the light is lit in there. And then of course it actually sets off a curse around their town that turns Halloween decorations that turns like Halloween decorations into real. Of course, like when it's basically like a spell that makes Halloween decorations come to life. And of course, all the Halloween decorations are attacking people and attacking the town, and so Howard and Sydney both have to do whatever they can to try and break the curse and stop the Halloween decorations. And yeah. So I watched this movie last Saturday, like on Netflix, and when I first heard about this movie, the poster for the movie kind of made it feel like that The Curse of Bridge Hollow with Marlon Wayans. It kind of almost felt like Hubie Halloween, but with African American actors. And of course that's what the movie actually felt like. This movie is kind of like a new take on Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween, and of course the Goosebumps films, because it's kind of like Halloween movies like Hubie Halloween, and of course Hocus Pocus, and yeah, the Goosebumps. Yeah, because that's what this movie kind of feels like. It kind of feels like this is basically like Marlon Wayans' version of Goosebumps and Hubie Halloween. Yeah, and of course it's kind of like Hocus Pocus, of course, like about the two main characters, like the daughter and father have to, Howard and Sydney, they both have to try and stop the Halloween decorations from attacking people. But I gotta say, the Halloween costumes in the movie I thought were really good. Like that's one positive I can give about this movie, because like some of Sydney's best friends at the costume party, like one of her friends that was actually dressed up as the Emma Stone Cruella de Vil. And I thought that was a very good costume. The other Halloween costumes in the film that the characters dressed up in the film, they were pretty good. But it's just there are some times where the humor does get a little predictable, and of course you knew exactly that the humor was also made for like pop culture references, and yeah, and of course like Howard actually does reference to Charlotte's Web, of course. Because it's like when there's like a giant spider attacking them. Like a giant spider, and of course Howard refers to the spider as Charlotte. Like he also mentions Charlotte's Web 2. Like he was like, I hated the ending to Charlotte's Web 2. Like most of you guys didn't even know that Charlotte's Web even had an animated sequel that came out way back in 2003. But I still don't really hate the Charlotte's Web 2 Wilbur's Great Adventure. I still think it's a decent sequel, but the original classic's always the best. Yeah. But the humor at some parts in The Curse of Bridge Hollow, the humor is kind of funny at some parts, while at most parts it can get pretty predictable. And of course, most of the humor was also made for like pop culture references, like I said. And yeah, and Marlon Wayans' character as the father, Howard Gordon, I thought Marlon Wayans I thought was pretty funny in this movie. He at least he tried, of course, for being in a comedy horror film that's kind of like Hubie Halloween. And John Michael Higgins was in the movie too. He plays a Principal Floyd. And I think John Michael Higgins, I thought he did pretty good in the film. And Rob Riggle was in the film too. You know, Rob Riggle, like he's in a lot of movies. Rob Riggle, he was there. Yeah. And I thought the girl who played Sydney in the film, like Priya Ferguson, I thought she did a good job playing, like, you know, Sydney. Yeah. And I can see why most people out there didn't really like this movie that much, but some of my friends out there actually liked it. And I think I like it too. I think it's a pretty good movie from 2022. Yeah, and like I said, the performances in the movie, Marlon Wayans and Rob Riggle and John Michael Higgins, they were all good. They were all pretty good in the film. Yeah, so overall, The Curse of Bridge Hollow was a pretty good movie, and I'm gonna give The Curse of Bridge Hollow 3.5 out of 5 stars. I kind of prefer to Halloween Ends a lot more since I enjoyed Halloween Ends a lot more since, well, even though I gave both these movies the same score, 3.5 out of 5, but I will say I think Halloween Ends is just a teeny tiny bit better than this movie. I'll say that. But yeah, so if you have Netflix and if you haven't watched Curse of Bridge Hollow yet, then and if you're bored this month and got nothing to watch for the Halloween October month season, then I say this is a good movie to watch for the Halloween season. I recommend it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my movie review on The Curse of Bridge Hollow, and that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.